Hello again and welcome. It's us, Ops and Ends Gamings. I say it like Swisscas because I almost
Why do you say
like
like that?
intro. Because I'm little Swedish boys. Anywho's, hello
Swedish
and
meatballs.
welcome. Yes.
Meatballs!
This is an intro that's trying to happen. Welcome, earhole listeners. And eye-hole listeners if you're watching the video. I don't know why you would, but hey, welcome you too. It's me, Nickolas Zombie, joined today by ringleader
Hallelujah.
Valkyrie Grinder,
Hello.
Espionage DB7,
Greetings.
and hot on the keys, the man, the myth, the legend, the God King himself, Obsolete 2003.
Yo, how's it going?
I've been obsolete.
Alright, that wasn't a full S out of his whole thing, nothing well. Alright. Either way, welcome all. It's us. If you don't know where we're located, we were in Texas during this Hell Week. And yeah. I lost half a limb. I don't say which
Congratulations.
Okay, I slipped 3 times, busted my ass all 3 times,
Oh,
and almost froze my toes off.
that's not good.
I did not slip any times, and I was comfy through most of this.
Ringleader is the Ted Cruz of our podcast.
Shit.
Hey, hold on. Dino Cartoon, bye.
He's an officer Aruba, or whatever the fuck.
But
Oh my goodness.
yes, it was quite the week, as Nick was saying. Just that hell of a winter storm that rode right through, and it just kind of kicked all our asses.
Surprise, motherfucker! And then insert explosions. Then just like, did you hear about that apartment complex or that building just caught up in flames and they couldn't even put it out because the fire hydrants were
So
frozen?
get this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about that. So,
That's everybody
Hold
lost.
on, hold on.
yeah, I
Hold on,
know,
wait.
right? Isn't that a thing, Valkyrie?
It's
I
terrible.
know someone who is okay. So you remember Mike, right? Mike A.
No. No one knows
Not
these
you.
people.
There's
Thank you.
too many mics in this group.
We don't, it's not
He's
even
not-
in the group, it's just adjacent. They're mic adjacents.
Many mics, yeah.
Too many mics.
Okay,
Too many mics.
You know Mike A, right, Nikki?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he lived at the sister complex, so they got to hear about all the nonsense that happened with that and stuff like that. And from what I understood was, like you said, they didn't have any water. Now, I do also know at another complex that someone had caught their apartment on fire from using their fucking barbecue on the fucking or not alley, but
The patio.
what was it called? Yeah, like a dumbass. And it's like, okay, I know you're trying to stay warm, but what in your fucking mind decided it was a great idea to fucking use a barbecue on a fucking patio where it's the most easiest place to catch fire? Now,
You
guess
also
what?
have to keep in mind people are trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
They're gonna do
This
what they
is-
have
I
to
just,
do.
I just said that,
I
but here's the
mean,
thing.
whether it
no.
makes common
no,
sense or not, they're gonna freak out and they're gonna do what
Your
they feel is
fucking
best. to
place
keep their-
burning down to you out there. It did to your whole place to stay out of the elements.
Let me tell you that I am still, if you haven't been able to tell yet, I'm still reeling from the things that happened. To be serious, my mother ended up getting very, very sick to the point that I honestly thought that we would lose her. 911 essentially shut down because they were so inundated. And even if you were able to get through, by the time that an ambulance or something would get to you, would be who knows, because of the fact that the roads were just undrivable, iced over, and when you get to a point where you're basically facing the possibility of freezing to death, you will do things that may not seem reasonable or logical at that time. Like that poor mother and daughter that died because they wanted to seek warmth, and they went into their garage where their car was, a sealed garage, and started up their car, and basically suffocated themselves or poisoned themselves with the carbon monoxide. So, rationale in a situation where you're faced with literal deadly conditions can go out the window. So I do not. Yes, it was impulsive to do that, but at the same time, I don't know that man's situation. I don't know what he was faced with.
I know the apartment complex they're at, and in this specific case here, because I have been in those apartments many times, that they are well insulated enough to, even with the AC or the heater off, it does not get totally freezing. So what that guy did was pure fucking stupidity. And by potentially burning down his apartment, guess what? Now he also burns down his own place, but he also burns down everybody else's place too. So he fucks over more people because he wanted to be an asshole. There's a fine line.
There's a difference between wanting to be an asshole and having a lapse in judgment. Okay.
Also, maybe he was trying to help somebody else by giving.
No, he wasn't. That guy had.
How do you know?
Because I see the guy barbecue out there all the time on the first floor. Then he'll haul up there to the top floor. They had to actually have the fire department come by, and they had to use fire extinguishers to put it out.
Look, all I'm going to say is this. I mean, everybody here in Texas had it bad to varying degrees. Ring, again, like he said, he was comfortable. I know, Obs, you lost power. Nick, I haven't talked to you since before this happened, so I have
power, no water. It was fun.
No power, no water.
Nice
and people in.
So
fucking sucked.
Here in my house, I have an old house, and it's drafty as hell. There was a morning. I can't remember. I think it was Tuesday morning that I woke up and went to check my phone. I had it powered off, so I turned it on. There was literally a layer of frost on my phone. I had to wipe it off. That's how cold it was getting. There was some water that was left in a glass on the table. It had not completely frozen, but it was icy. It turned to slush. So the conditions were bad. Now, I'm not going to disagree and say that it wasn't a lapse of judgment, but the fact of the matter is this whole situation has had me reeling. My head has not been screwed on right since it happened, but I will not, call the guy a dumbass or this, that, and the other, because I do not know what was going through his mind. I don't know what situation he was facing. Definitely a lapse of judgment, but people can do that in a crisis. And the fact of the matter is that people of this state were failed by either power companies or elected representatives, and it should not have been allowed to happen. I'm not going to go into detail on that, but needless to say that I have been, my anger has been aroused throughout this situation. So I'm still not over that. Like I said, I got to a point where I honestly thought that I was going to lose my mother. She's better now, thankfully.
Yeah.
But it was a horrifying situation. And I know that there are people that did die from this. Yeah. So this was a bad situation. So lapse in judgment, sure, but asshole, none of that.
I get you. I do want to get into that actually real quick. I know you don't want to talk about it per se on your side, but I will be vocal about it. So there's a lot of talk about blaming the wind turbines for freezing up and locking up.
Who the fuck? What kind of dumbass things we rely on wind turbines? It's Texas. So fossil fuels. What the?
Hold on. Let me explain first before you go on a rant. Okay.
You had to ask, Nick.
I'm just saying. So it's fucking Texas. Oh yeah, we run on wind turbines. No, we fucking don't.
Well,
no, we fucking don't. We're stupid.
Well, let me explain, dude, so I can tell you why.
No, you like to interrupt. It's fucking stupid. Go ahead.
Okay, well, we do actually use wind power to an extent.
10%. Less than 10% of our whole grid. Go ahead.
10% during winter, probably 20% during summer. What happens is the for some reason wind conditions die out in West Texas, so the turbines don't supply as much power as usual.
Yeah.
Now they did lock up because of the viscosity in the oil was not as thick as it should be. So that explains the lockup. Because there's wind turbines in Alaska, and those work fine. But the thing was, the viscosity was just not rated for this kind of cold weather. Now, that can be attributed to several things. First off, an engineering decision, which obviously is not a good decision at all in any event. Also, as probably government influence as well, because of, we just leave it on the back burner, it'll fix itself or whatever. But also, another reason for the major power failures is because natural gas failed, which is contributes 50% of the power in the state.
Yeah.
The natural gas plants and the lines and stuff that actually froze up. So those power plants actually failed outright. There were coal power plants in the city that maintained power. The nuclear plants in Comanche and I think Houston also stayed working through the entire thing, though Comanche had its own problems because nuclear, as a result of how it generates heat through water and stuff like that, it has to spin its own turbines. But those turbines actually started to lock up before it started to thaw, so that was a concern. A lot of this can be blamed mostly on the state government. Since it's within Texas agriculture maintains the power plants and stuff like that, or has the authority over it, as well as my favorite word, ERCOT. ERCOT is a government / corporate oversight commission that operates in Texas since World War II. For those who don't know, and they're the ones who decide to do the rolling blackouts and stuff like that, and where to turn on the lights essentially. There was a lot of chatter on Twitter about that very subject, where people were saying it was the wealthy who maintain power. It was this and that. I know several people who live in very high class neighborhoods, and they were out for power as well for at least a day and a half. So I don't think that's entirely true. I'm in a neighborhood, and my grid specifically did maintain power through the whole thing. And it's a very low income neighborhood, so I don't think class had to do with it. Though there was some chatter that's saying that the power was maintained in areas where there was an emergency building, fire department, hospital. Those places maintain their power regardless.
Oh yeah. So
that power explains why. So there's a fire station not too far from me, so that'll probably explain why my power stayed on. Obviously, everybody else didn't quite get that luxury, unfortunately. Now, what to take from all this? Well, obviously, the state government needs to get out their ass and get more on it, because this failure on this level really shouldn't have happened. The blade should have had more appropriate oil for the wind generators. The natural gas plants is a whole nother story. They had all sorts of failures left and right. They froze up and they weren't thawed out quickly enough in time to provide power again. And that led to other issues too, because you had areas that had no water pressure from the machines that the city maintains for water plants. And in some cases, like you said, the fire department, or they couldn't even get water pressure because the water station was down. Yeah. From lack of power. And it was a cascading scenario where, one thing led to another and led to another. Now, some will say it is an argument for for climate change, whatever. Though this has happened before. Yes. I think the last time a major storm like this was like 87, I think it was. Give or take.
As recent as 2014, 2015, somewhere around there?
Yeah. So this is not a rare occurrence. It got a little colder than usual, but it shouldn't have led to this kind of failure. It really shouldn't.
Oh yeah. I mean, long story short, the powers to be dropped the ball, and this isn't the first time they dropped the ball, and so hopefully third time's a charm, maybe, that they learn from their mistakes, and hopefully we won't have to go through this all over again.
Speaking of third ball, the powers that be, did you hear what was it Ted Cruz did?
We all heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abandoned ship.
Yeah, that dude was heading not Cancun, but it was like somewhere around Cancun.
It was Cancun. It was Cancun.
It was Cancun with his daughter's friend that of course the whole family went and stuff like that.
I just
But
want
all of a sudden,
to go ahead and put that out there that Ted Cruz is a big pussy cuck boy who fucking sucks ass. No, he doesn't suck ass. He probably enjoys sucking ass. He licks the bowl after a clean diarrhea that really layered it. He enjoys licking the bowl, and that's why his beard is patchy. Because it just fucks up his whole beard. He has a bitch boy beard too.
I do not share that sentiment so much.
I shared it because he was a bitch boy when Trump was talking about him, which was fucking funny that he was licking his ass. And also that he was like, "Oh, well, my daughters wanted to go. Like it was their idea, actually. Like, shut the fuck up."
Blamed everything else on his daughters.
Yeah, like shut the fuck up. Like,
I'm
why'd you
only
leave?
gonna go there and then come back, and he has like a fucking few bags packed. Yeah, that's an awesome amount of shit that you're having with you when you're going for a day or whatever.
Bitch boy.
Yeah. I will say though that Ted Cruz really didn't mean a whole lot to the whole thing entirely, because it was just it was back he just bailed was more than anything, because he didn't have the power.
It doesn't matter how much he actually can do. It doesn't fucking matter if even he just saying here and fucking giving paper thin statements of, hey, we're in this together type shit. If that's all he had done, it would have been infinitely better than him running. The fact of the matter is a state that he represents, and he pussied out. Okay, so it doesn't, like, whatever impact he would have had to lessen the situation, he is filth incarnate. He is lower than the putrid scum sitting at the bottom of the deepest, dankest, prehistoric scum pits that have ever graced the face of the earth. That is what that man is.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was basically horribly bad optics, like just left and right. It was just like, why, dude? Why?
Yeah. And
it was hilarious how he blamed it on his kids. Oh, they wanted to go, so just thought maybe we go to Cancun.
Yeah, it's already been leaked that the friends that they were gonna go with, they leaked the text messages, basically kind of making them put more insult to injury and putting their foot in their mouth. But so that was the fun that we had this week. So now all that should be gone by the time this comes out, and we should be back to some type of normalcy despite a pandemic going on. So
that all goes back to the fucking scumbag leadership that we have. I mean, I'm sure all of you also heard about the mayor that's resigned out in Colorado City.
Oh, dude, that dude was a fucking asshole. Holy shit,
that man!
That dude.
That don't know,
like Ted Cruz is a piece of shit, but holy shit, this dude just wanted to fucking hold my beer.
This guy fucking posted the following onto Facebook for those that don't know, and I quote: "No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice. The city and the county, along with any power providers or any other services, owe you nothing. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and you come up with a game plan to keep you and your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal with it and you think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you're sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy as a direct result of your raising, only the strong will survive and the weak will perish." He literally said that. I fucking quote. God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few work and others will become dependent for handouts. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it for themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ass and take care of your own family. End quote. And never have I wanted to take a baseball bat to the side of somebody's head than after reading that. more than after reading that.
Yeah, which is why he's no longer employed, or after that he resigned. But yeah. So yes, this is definitely a very trying time. I'm glad we're all still.
All right. Remember how I said Ted Cruz likes to lick the bowl full of diarrhea? This guy goes in after Ted and fucking like just goes into the fucking pipes and just like sucks every little bit out that Ted missed.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
but we're still alive. We all have power. We got internet. I think we all got water back, so that's a good thing. So hopefully now it's just the road to recovery for all of us. With that being said about our winter that we had to endure, the 2 things of snow, and I think we were all happy that the first day or first night of snow, it's like, hey, this is kind of cool, whatever, snow day.
Oh man,
after
that
that,
bliss, that simple bliss of, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Look at it.
That
What a
was
wonderful thing.
It was like, it was a fucking jam. Like,
Yesterday,
oh, hell
fuck
yeah,
this
this
shit.
is fucking good.
yeah, I think
That was
I was so mad when I saw that second round of snow come. I was like,
yeah. The first one was like, whoa, look at this, it's beautiful. The second one was like, get out of here, you ain't welcome around these parts.
yeah.
So
Keep on moving, boy.
Like I just
it was
wanna
like
go
Mother
to the
Nature's like,
store, and I can't.
dude, it was like, hey, you had a relatively nice summer or winter. It's all right. By the way, here's a real fucking winter. 2 days worth of it.
Yeah, fuck off with all that.
But aside from our winter that we had, or that week long, any other topics we want to talk about aside from that? Maybe more little gaming, movies, anything like that.
So gaming, I just want to get my gaming out of the way because I only played one thing during this whole thing. I bought Hollow Knight right before everything happened, and I've been playing it on the Switch the whole thing because power went out, Switch was charged, I had something to do. Also, another fucking point for the Switch being the best console. Motherfucker rocks. Anyway, yeah, I got Hollow Knight, Metroidvania game, in the vein of Castlevania, Metroid, a little bit of Dark Souls, people say. I don't know about that. Never played Dark Souls. But digging it, still playing it. Really fun. Highly recommend. $15 on the Switch. On the hard meter that we retired, I'm going to give it a full chub. Not quite done with it yet. Maybe that'll extend to rock hard. We'll see. But it's chubbing. It's chubbing along.
So I want to conversate with something here, because I actually had conversation with S about this the other day, and he actually had a long conversation out there. Remember that? Mortal Kombat, the new trailer that just came out.
Yes.
Did y'all see it?
Before you do, dun 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 dun. All right.
So that is only a small part of the trailer, and it's not in the same way. It's a very slowed one, very slow tone at the very end of the trailer. Now, this new trailer was for the new Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out, I think, this year. Was it like March or something like that? Now, this one was I've actually enjoyed the trailer through and through. It feels like much more like a real grounded in reality, somewhat Mortal Kombat. It has Scorpion, who is not in his, I guess, undead form, or whatever the fuck it is. Scorpion, Jax, Sub-Zero, Kano, Kung Lao, was it
Goro?
Who was the main bad guy? Goro was fucking great. Like,
Goro looked cool. Melina was there.
Yeah, Melina.
Yeah, Melina.
Raiden was there.
Sonya was there as well. I'm pretty sure there's also a rat creature.
They had a quick shot of Baraka.
That was that Baraka?
There was a quick shot. He's like a painting, I think.
Oh, okay. But I was excited particularly about the trailer, because original Mortal Kombat film, it was a 90s film. Like, straight up. It was like all the 90s cliches. It was
Oh, yeah.
It was in a time where they didn't know what the fuck to do with the video game movie. But it was a really good bad movie. That makes sense. And when I watched this new trailer, I actually was particularly invested in it as I watched it. I was like, hey, this is actually fucking looking good. I want to see this. It is a rated R film, and there is actually cutscenes, which is good.
Fuck yeah. Sorry. Rated R. Fuck
I remember Kano's like, oh, look at this fucking mutant at the end and shit like that. Which you know,
I
think
I like that one little Kano wins. So like, they're doing it. They're leaning all into it. Jax was there. Jax got his arms froze off. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when he got his arms frozen at the start. Oh, dude, that was like, all
right, no, seriously, I did watch it. That fucking shot with the buckshot freezing mid shot was sick.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That
Scorpion doing that. Get over here. You know,
I don't know. Also... I get over here was a little weak for me. I don't know why. I just heard a lot of good get over here.
Well, you gotta remember, cool. This is a still living version of Scorpion.
True, but I hope it does get better over time. Yeah,
because in the 90s version, he was already like undead or whatever. You know, whatever what Scorpion is. Like that was already true at that point. But this one's still using the dagger on a rope thing. You know, it's So I think there might be a sequel soon if this movie does well, which I assume it will.
Oh yeah.
And they'll just further explore that, you know. But dude, you'd be right. Goro looked fucking great in the bit that he showed up in.
I thought the trailer looked really good. I did think Goro looked good. I mean, I was excited for it. It looks good. I like that they put in a little Mortal Kombat tune. I think it was near the end. And everything in it looked appealing. I did like how it seems like they are going to kind of provide a bit of an origin, like a samurai origin for Scorpion before he dies. I'm far from like the biggest Mortal Kombat fan. I'm not super caught up on the lore, but from what I understand, he was like a Ronin or a samurai or something who had his family killed. And in order to avenge them, he made like a sort of Faustian deal to come back as like
a deal with the devil.
Basically.
I think it was what's his name?
Shao Kahn or somebody, or
Shao Kahn or one of the other ones.
Fuck! What was the name of the original wizard?
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. Yeah, made a deal with him so that he could return, but in essence sold his soul and became like one of Shao Kahn's wards or whatever. Yeah. So that's from what I understand. So it seems like they're probably going to go with that origin. I imagine that we'll see his family get killed because I think it shows part of his home. I imagine we'll see his family get killed. He tries to fight, ends up getting killed himself. And just as his soul is going to be claimed or something, he's probably going to be like, look, I'll give you my soul. Just give me the chance to get revenge, and then my soul is yours, and I'll carry your bidding or whatever gladly. And that's where it's going to set up for the sequel as with the undead version of Scorpion. That's kind of what I expect.
I'm trying to see who's actually playing what. I didn't recognize a whole lot of the actors in the film. Chen Han plays more Shang Tsung, which I guess is cool.
From what I understand from Ring, there was a bit of controversy because, of course, there was a fucking, how dare those Hollywood producers those sexist Hollywood producers fail to put Chun-Li in this, man. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Chun-Li, they were so sexist that they didn't include Chun-Li into this film. Thanks, Jezebel website for doing that.
Why the fuck would that?
Because apparently there's fucking social justice warriors / feminist critiquers.
Games.
Apparently it was a real controversy. Like
they don't know shit. They're all fucking dumbasses.
Why isn't Chun-Li in this? Well, first off, why isn't Chun-Li in Marvel vs. Capcom? That would be a real thing.
It's always just people looking for something to be outraged.
Understood. Yeah. This is stupid. I'm gonna take a little sidebar here. They're adding Ryu and Chun-Li to Fortnite.
I did hear about that.
I don't know. I don't care. But
everything.
I know they're adding Ryu and Chun-Li into Fortnite. Then they had a Marvel event. Wolverine was in Fortnite. I don't know if you still own that skin. I'm not sure how Fortnite works. We have Marvel vs. Capcom in fucking Fortnite, but we don't have anything in the new consoles. It's bullshit. Fuck.
I'm waiting for them to add fucking Ghost.
I'm sorry, Obs. I know.
I'm waiting for them to add Abraham Lincoln to Fortnite. I'm sure
They're
you put
probably
nomination
coming.
movie.
I'm not. They're coming.
Sherlock Holmes,
Batman's in
Santa
there.
Claus.
All right, I'm gonna list off people who are actually in there: Batman, Thanos, John Wick. Let's see who: Mandalorian, more Star Wars people, Wolverine, Ryu and Chun Li. Now it's fucking ridiculous. It's a toy box, and they're just fucking
Oh, yeah.
shaking that
It's
bitch
a
up.
cash
He'll be
grabs.
putting Harry Potter, Gandalf.
Thanos.
I already said that. He's right
He,
there.
he mentioned
Oh,
Thanos.
All right.
You know, the Ghostbusters, RoboCop,
Yeah.
the Terminator.
There's a whole slew of
Beetlejuice.
yeah. There's a whole bunch of new
Beetlejuice.
editions coming in soon. Yada yada yada. You know what though? It's their money.
Fuckface.
They want to spend their money on the licenses and whatever.
Fuck her.
So what coming out? What next month is it? I think is Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, go Team Lizard,
Horizon.
or should I say Dane Lizard? Dane Lizard for life. Still saying, man, it's that Godzilla's not the real one. Is not the and it's actually you're probably right. It probably is Mecha Godzilla who's the main bad guy.
Man. That's why I know King Kong's gonna win because that ain't the real Godzilla.
And then
Well, if the real Godzilla shows up, then
out of
Well,
nowhere,
the real
reveal
Godzilla, please stand up
he's gonna show up. He's gonna RKO King Kong
out of fucking nowhere.
with his tiny arms.
yeah. Meanwhile, in all the nonsense of our wintry stuff going on, a rover had landed on Mars.
Yeah, what the hell's about that? I saw some posts. Tell me, Ring. Inform my brain.
So a new the Mars rover was sent back in I think July. It was the Perseverance mission, and they were sending another rover to do more scanning of the surface, and they're really pushing to do Mars exploration in the very near future. Now, me personally, I'm okay with all this. I mean, fucking full speed ahead, go for it. But I feel like the moon is a much more tenable object in the near term until we sort that out and then use it as a slingshot to get to Mars. But that's just me. Yeah. But this was a pretty big achievement. The thing was it had to be done through 3D animation because the communications take like 10 minutes to get from Mars to here.
Yeah.
So we'll let it all sorts of inconsistencies to do it live. I believe the Perseverance rover is upgraded in an effort to look for life on Mars, or ancient life for that matter.
Yeah.
Right, and it will also deploy mini drones on the surface that'll kind of just act as a standing device.
Yeah, because they have like a little helicopter thingy too, right?
Yes. So this rover is actually much more advanced than the first rover, by far. So that was awesome. Also, did you know that the funny thing? The dog that is sitting in the fire says, "This is fine. This is fine. I'm okay." Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The mission director for the EDL, which is the entry, defense, the descent and landing, the most hardest part of the mission, had that dog on his desk saying, "This is fine. This is fine. We're fine here. We're okay." Which is funny because when it comes to EDL, you're on fire on EDL because of collision with the atmosphere over Mars. So it was quite accurate. And I'll do a picture so we can show it in on the shoot the shit just so you can see it. Fucking hilarious though, and it was one of those kind of irony kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we hear more about this rover in the coming months. And see what happens. But this was a pretty important thing that we managed to land another rover on the surface and not result in failure or crash or disappearing and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been showing the memes of like the McDonald's up there, or the Mars Attacks, or Doom Guy.
Yeah. There's been 3 missions successful so far. The Spirit and the Opportunity, which is 2004. Then the Curiosity, which is still working, by the way. And the Curiosity was in 2012, and this is the newest one so far. So hopefully things will come out well.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
it's a little positive news for humanity given the situation for the past week. Did you know, on to other news? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, also, excuse the inconsistency of us here. We are definitely trying to get consistent. I know we haven't had a shoot the shit in about 2 weeks. And then last week we launched Fallback Friday, but obviously there wasn't a Fallback Friday this week, but for good reason. I think all of us live in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were.
I'm from Nebraska.
We were basically getting bumfucked by Father Winter, so excuse the inconsistency. We will be trying to get that back on track. In lieu of Shoot the Shit Saturday, not this past week, but the week before, I did launch that top 10 video, which I was very proud of. Did y'all get a chance to see that?
Yes. Watch all the way
You
through.
mean did I see it fucking skyrocket to most views?
It has a weird fucking view thing. So I don't know what happened. It's down to 170 or 162 views. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you go look, the view count has gone back down. It did the same thing to one of Val's videos, which was up to like 100
views.
It was up to 100 something views. It's down to 57 views, and don't ask me
Okay,
why. I have
so
no idea.
I have a theory for that. More than likely, a lot of the views were done via temporary accounts or bots, and
Which
when
makes
they
sense
were
because we do get a lot of bot postings about fucking hot singles near you and shit like that.
Do we?
Yeah, I'm about that life. So what it was that these bots probably were viewing the videos, which is all fine and dandy, whatever, right? But it fucked with some of the algorithm. And what happened is that the bots probably got erased or deleted at some point by YouTube by having malicious views or artificial views and stuff like that. And so those accounts were probably banned and deleted as a result. Was then remove the views in question. I also noticed it was an issue because when I looked at the analytics, like a lot of videos had very short view time, like only for a couple seconds and get off. Because on average, like once those views went away, the average view time on the video actually went up. At first, it was like 3 minutes or something like that. It was real lousy. Then it shot up like 6 minutes or 5 to 6 minutes after that, which means more views or.
YouTube in general has been screwy with us with our channel. There's been 2 thumbnails which have been flagged for fucking nudity, and there was no nudity.
Big old titties.
It was no nudity. Not
big old titties though.
Nudity, but there was no nudity.
There was some
Remember that Indian video you're linking to? This is it's a playlist of fucking milking videos, like breastfeeding, which is fine, whatever. And it's like it was some Indian playlist. It was like hot, sexy boobs, whatever, triple X, whatever. It was like, dude, this is all fucking milk videos, dude. Like, what the fuck? God damn. What? Yeah, it was just like stupid as fuck. Like, dude, if this is like fucking hardcore porn to you, man, with Bobs and Vagine, I wonder what it's like when you actually see real shit going on. Like, fuck,
Bobs and Vagine.
Yeah, that's the meme right now. When Indians go fucking hardcore thirst on a chick and stuff like that, they'll send a message saying, "Can you please send Bobs and Vagine?"
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Bobs and Vagine, dude. What does that sound like to you?
I know what it is.
Okay, then you should get the idea. I shouldn't have to explain it.
Val, bring us down to earth, please.
Sorry, y'all got like way off track, and
I went places.
I just went. I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, I just started reading.
Val's working on the channel's next top 10 countdown.
I am actually, and hopefully, y'all will like what I have to say or what I've come up with.
What's the countdown?
Top 10 most memorable moments in gaming for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I also have like a list of every game that I can remember playing from like my NES up until all the consoles I played. So I have like multiple projects.
Nice.
So I have a lot of work and
According to Obs, and I don't know if he's being serious, so I actually would like. I would like it if he actually does this, but I don't know if he was being serious. He said he was going to put together a compilation of Esp's top 10 freakouts, or Obs's top 10 Esp freakouts.
Oh, that's great.
Were you pulling one egg, or is that something you're actually going to do?
No, let's see what I can put together in regards to that. There's some good examples out there. I just need to go through some of the videos to track them down.
There's what else is there? There's suck him up. There's good.
Yeah.
Go back.
There's plenty of content out there. Just need to track it down, but it's there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna use the auger one.
Yes, that'll be in there. There's a few other ones too, but let's need to track them down. But that'll be good. And yes, I know during the month of January, Val was pumping out the streams as well, which is kudos to you, Val.
thank you.
Yes, we got stuff in the works. It's just been rough going. We're despite what you may think or what you've heard, we are human beings after all.
Except for Ops. God King.
But we're getting by, and it's just we weren't anticipating this stupid winter storm to kind of kick our butts, but we'll be back, and we'll definitely be sure we get everything regularly scheduled with our Fallback Friday or Shoot the Shit, more countdowns. It's gonna be fun, and then it's not to mention all these new movies that are coming out, the Mortal Kombat, Godzilla. Anxious to see those when they come out, so that way we can see. I don't know, the Mortal Kombat's gonna be good. I'm curious how it's gonna be finished, because most likely it's gonna be well enough for them to do sequel, and then depending on what characters weren't in this one, they'll incorporate more of them in the later films, and depending on the success of Mortal Kombat, I'm assuming it'll be a matter of time before they try and reboot Street Fighter. Because that's
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, let's see how they bring him back.
People will be mad Sonya Blade's not in it.
Yeah. So, I remember when I think Street Fighter first came out back in the 90s, and I was telling myself then, it's like, if they made a Street Fighter film, they're gonna make a Mortal Kombat one, and sure enough, they came out with Mortal Kombat. So, give it some time, and then they're gonna come out with the reboot of Street Fighter. So.
Also, I don't know if any of you have watched it yet, but you should really get on that WandaVision.
Oh, dude, today's episode was fucking good.
I'm gonna Super Smash Brothers movie.
But dude, it raised more questions than it answered.
Well, we still got 2 more episodes. We still got 2.
That's wait another fucking week.
Another 2 weeks, for actually probably be a little tease at the end. I'm thinking next week's gonna be a callback episode. We're gonna see everything behind the scenes that was happening.
Dude, the way that particular character, fucking bamboozled the fuck out of everyone.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy shit, dude.
Alright, spoilers real quick. When the Thing came out and I was like, oh my god, he's orange.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Anyway, but yeah, no, for real, that's
more spoilers. Man, when he, I guess, woke her up and they went through the whole town and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my god, Kat Dennings in this fucking thing. Speaking of giant jugs, my god.
Dude, Kat Dennings has wonderful, amazing giant jugs. I'm just saying.
My god.
Have you seen those giant jugs?
Yes, yes. Since when I was a youth, I've been well aware of Kat Dennings for a long time.
Yeah, so thank God that her stuff's out there.
She's great.
She does, yeah. Thank God her stuff's out on the internet for us to enjoy.
Miss Dennings, if you come across this, I apologize for that crude remark, but my god.
Those jugs.
My number is
Meanwhile, apparently the vampire from was it Red Village or something like that? Resident Evil, the vampire chick apparently is into pegging.
She's what?
Into pegging.
Oh,
Where is this from? Is this official Capcom things too? It's an official Capcom release, like her height.
Also,
Yeah.
she's like 9 feet tall or something like that. Like
Yeah,
she's a
official
big
Capcom.
bitch.
Talk about that.
I honestly, I think they bit down on the meme pretty hard.
Yeah, they went down. They went hard on that. Also, just a quick thing while I was playing Hollow Knight, when I did have power a couple times during the whole thing, I watched The Thing.
oh,
Huh?
Perfect movie to watch during this, by the way.
Wait, which one? The new one or the classic?
I watched the classic one, and then I watched the new one.
nice.
Classic one was great. New one was okay. It wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad as it should have been. But
So
CGI
you know
is
what?
weird.
my son loves that particular movie, the classic and the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he loves them both. You know,
Yeah.
he more loves the classic more so though. Like he's all about the
Classic
classic
one's great.
version. Yeah, I didn't realize at first, but the 2012 version or whatever it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not actually a remake, but it's actually
Mhm.
the other camp.
Yeah,
It was
it's a
the,
prequel sequel.
yeah, it was the Dutch, I think it was, or the
Norwegians.
not the Germans.
Swedes.
Norwegians, yeah,
Norwegians,
what they
sorry.
went through before the fucking dog came over and fucked the entire American camp, like a motherfucker, and they couldn't just fucking burn the shit. Instead, they're all paranoid and shit about fucking blood samples and stuff like that. Fuck that shit.
Burn it.
Yeah.
Man, The Thing is such a good movie.
Oh yeah.
It is. I've seen it, of course. Yeah,
You can watch
it's a
this-
wild ride.
You can watch the second one first and then lead into the original, the way it's designed. They both have the same exact name. But yeah, the second one's like a prequel sequel. Well, those are badass movies. It's just like who do you trust and all that. And,
Yeah.
Can't
It
go
was
wrong with
great
the
to
movie.
watch while we were snowed inside.
yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't go anywhere. It was perfect.
Apparently, I didn't know this, but I just read this right now. The premiere of The Thing was actually hosted at the Hollywood Theater by Elvira, Mistress of
Oh,
the
that's
Dark.
great.
Nice.
Yeah. Isn't
Watching
that
some videos on it?
Huh?
Sorry, Sam, go ahead. Finish it.
Cassandra Peterson is her actual name for being Elvira. But man, she has some fucking jugs. Like she has some jugs.
This has turned into the titty podcast.
Yes,
I'm not too sure where we took that turn, if it was Cat Dennings or Vampire Lady, but either way, I am very happy. But fuck, what was I gonna say about? I'll say something. Not
You know what? You know who has a great set of jugs? Or at least
All
I
right,
think.
we gotta pull this. We gotta pull this back.
All right.
Gotta rein it in.
Okay.
Have you seen the Snyder Cut trailer?
No, I have not.
Oh
I
yeah, I
really should've.
did. I think I linked it, and I told you how stupid it got near the end.
Hold on, I want to. I'm gonna watch it real quick. Hang on.
Watch it right
this shit
now.
Right the
and,
fuck now.
I'll go ahead and narrate as it happens. Cold open. There's Superman. Pulls out his wang. Super wang.
He did pause Wayne. What do you know?
Yeah, it's happening. Crazy. I told you. It's like what I say comes true. It's almost like I'm fucking a Scarlet Witch. Fuck.
They got the overview of the city, which I guess is cool. I guess.
Because that's supposed to be coming out soon
Wonder-
too-ish,
is
I
it the
believe.
full? It's a full movie now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them saying it's gonna be like they're gonna chop it up into episodes like they did for Hateful Eight.
Oh, are they?
I kind of enjoying the fact that Batman has an assault rifle. Is like fucking just no more about sparing people. Just fucking kill anything in the
Yeah,
post-apocalypse.
I don't know what that thing is. It's not Batman, but you know what? We had enough real Batman. We'll have some weird fake gun Batman. That's fine.
You know what? The armored dude, not I know I'm still at this.
Yeah, just
Not
watch it.
Cyborg.
You watch it. All right. But anyway, I
This
kind
big
of want to watch
metallic
that.
dude reminds me of like the fucking the unstoppable theme from Thor, the Guardian.
I'm talking about fucking what's his name, Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, yeah.
Steppenwolf.
No, not Steppenwolf.
He does
Stroganoff?
Wolf.
Steppenwolf. Yeah, Steppenwolf in DC, right?
I don't know. I don't know who the fuck he is. I just know his name's Steppenwolf. I don't care. I don't care about weird DC
That's the guy who
stuff.
did Bat to the Bone.
No. Who is?
You know, we just have Esp and Val like completely behind at this point, and
Val checked out. S said he was gonna take a back seat. Val said she was reading something. I'm honestly interested in what she was reading.
Wait. Shh.
What is she reading? Is it the Bible? Is it because we started talking about boobs? She's like, I gotta get away from this.
Dude, hold on. I'm trying to listen to this. Hold on.
Why don't you listen to something during a podcast?
The Joker shit, dude. What's up?
Yeah, I know the Joker's stupid.
Fuck, I couldn't hear it because you were talking.
Yeah, go to another channel then.
No.
Fuck. We live in a society. He says the fucking line. It's stupid.
Is that Jared Leto?
Yes, it's Jared Leto. What do you think? It's fucking
Jared
Fucking
Leto.
God. It's Dean Leto.
Why did I say Leto? What the fuck?
Fucking terrible
You said it wrong, then I said it wrong.
Yeah.
God.
That was
yeah,
terrible, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
told you.
Joker is like okay, it's decent. Then a sudden, fucking Joker.
Why
We
did you
live in
say
a
that?
society. He said the
Why did
fucking
you say
line.
the internet,
He said
man?
the fucking line.
I know, it's dumb. It honestly looked pretty good until then. It was like, hey, here's a cool movie. It's different than the one you got. Oh, wait, don't forget, I like the internet and I like memes. It's going to be a thing.
DC movies are like secondhand Marvel at this point, dude.
They're no less than
Direct to
that.
video Marvel.
They're
Yeah.
secondhand Daredevil Marvel.
I heard
Secondhand
that.
Dark Horse.
It's the same guy.
Oh yeah. Because
Yeah.
Marvel's apparently they got the rights back for the two Netflix ones, Punisher and the other one, the female
Yeah,
one.
they're saying that they're going to put Daredevil in Spider-Man. Or that's a rumor. I'm not sure. I hope to keep the same guy because he's a pretty good Daredevil.
Yeah. Jessica
And
Jones.
Punisher, yeah, Jessica Jones. I didn't really care about that season was good. I didn't watch the second
Yeah. So
one. There's a step in those movies where you're like, series where you're like, okay, I'll watch it. I'm done with it. This was fun. I want to say it was Iron Fist that fucked them up.
oh,
So
yeah.
I want to talk about something real quick. It just came to mind. If you've seen it, great. If you haven't, then whatever. How many of y'all have seen the Ghost in the Shell movie, the live action film with Scarlett Johansson?
I have not.
saw
But
You have
I'm
not.
a huge fan of Ghost in the Shell.
I
There's
saw
a little known fact about Alms, my cousin. On his back is a Ghost in the Shell tattoo of Scarlett Johansson's face.
I believe this.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a question. As a whole, and from a directorial style, as well as the general idea behind Ghost in the Shell, how well do you think the film actually caught onto the general idea of Ghost in the Shell? Do you think it was fairly spot on? Do you think it was thrown off by Hollywood antics?
I think
How did it feel to you?
I think it was a good film. It wasn't like, oh my god, it's the best movie ever, but it was entertaining where I enjoyed it. I didn't see anything. I know there was controversy for the film, but seeing past all that, I thought it was a good film, and they kind of towards the end of the film kind of explained, I guess, in regards to the controversy, I guess, or whatever, but it was an entertaining film. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it personally. You're right. It's not an excellent, fuck yeah, it's the best time of movie or film, but it was very enjoyable. I think what is that, and this is true of a lot of things right now, that I did. I did it. Because you had a film that had a bunch of essential nobodies, right? And that you had Scarlett Johansson basically starring in the film to carry the film to give it some, punch power to survive in the film, in theatrics and stuff like that. But what a lot of people tend to forget, that the critics, I will say, is that, well, it's not whitewashing, because it's not clearly established if Motoko still retains her Japanese characteristics or becomes Americanized or otherwise once she goes cyberized. And I think because of the whole idea behind cancel culture and yada yada yada, I know S has a very big opinion about that. That I feel like though it got punished for something that it was not. You know,
Yeah.
It was, to me, it was a good film. You know, it was definitely entertaining. It hit all the points. It hit everything that was Ghost in the Shell. It had very awesome and very interesting translations for from animation to film for Todosa, Bato, you know, all of them. You know, I didn't expect them to take the what was his name? The old man. I forget his name, but I think they do an interesting spin, because you got to remember is that the creator of Ghost in the Shell had their entire attention the entire time. You know, this movie was basically built around his idea, and he had everything they did in the film was on his consent. And I think that's the biggest blessing that you should take away from all that.
Yeah.
Not get the way, but get caught in the, you know, Jezebel or whatever fuck website, and he's saying, you know, this is whitewashing. Like, dude, just look past that and you'll see that it's a good film. It was definitely enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's
I enjoyed it.
one of those films. It was one of those films that just suffered needlessly because of that shit. It should have done well in theaters. Not the best, but it should have been well enough to even potentially do a spin-off or something like that, or a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
no, we didn't cover a whole lot of video games in this session of Shoot the Shit, but I know we're dealing with power and all of that. We kind of didn't get to play many games, but yes, we a lot more movie discussions, but we'll definitely be sure to keep up with Shoot the Shit. I think this is a good wrapping up point for this current session. But
Smug Dan.
any last topics, suggestions, what have you from you dupes?
I think that
I'm done for now, except for big titty jug discussion. But besides that, I got nothing.
Well,
I could talk
Val?
about that for hours and completely, but we should not.
yes.
Bow.
Well, I am very much intrigued in a game. Actually, I'm not obsessed with it, but I very much like it, and it's like Dark Souls. I'm not too sure if y'all are familiar with Code Vein.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not too sure.
It's like Dark Souls, but anime style, and I freaking love it. I play with my friend Death. Y'all know about her because she's
Yes.
who I normally stream with, and I didn't think I would like it, but I've been adventuring out to games that I normally don't play. But I'm getting into like more RPG games. I love MMO games and stuff like that now. But once I try this game, I was just like full-fledged, like into it. So what I'm trying to say to wrap things up is I will be adding that to our channel
Nice.
because I think it'll be worthwhile to watch, especially with all the stuff that's happening in it already.
Val has definitely been the streaming MVP of the channel for the past few weeks, so
Yes.
we all need to kind of play catch up to her.
What platform did you get it on, if I may ask?
I have it on PS4, and it is multiplayer. It's like 2-player only though, and it's not per se difficult, but it's grinding. I would recommend grinding a lot in that game. They have it on sale. I don't know when the sale ends, but it's Japan's top best games or something. It's by the deals or in the deal section.
Guys.
Yes.
Huh?
So we actually just won a legal victory.
Hey!
I refreshed our fucking channel page and I see that the thumbnail for the
Well,
game that had been removed, the thumbnail that had been removed is put back I just checked my email because I actually I fucking appealed. I decided to see what the hell would happen if I appealed something, right? I wanted to see. So I actually wrote a letter to YouTube based on the.
He was being very eloquent.
I actually saved it if you want to hear it.
Tell me what happened first, and then I'll.
Okay,
so what happened was that there was this. Before the fucking storms hit, we had a Valentine's Day thing where we streamed a few games. One of the ones that I streamed was a game called We Met in May, which is a very weird, fucking goofy game. And the thumbnail that I used for that game, I don't think it's even suggestive. Here, let me show you.
Oh, I've seen it. I know.
Okay. That was
the post on the video just for
we got a notification. We got a notification that the thumbnail was removed because it was in breach of the nudity and sexuality thing, right? And it's like, what the fuck? So I decided that's the second time that they've removed one of our thumbnails, which doesn't have any sexuality or nudity. So I appealed it and I wrote a letter, and the letter actually goes as follows. To whom it may concern, we here at Odds and Ends Gaming are well aware of the policies and practices implemented by YouTube for the protection of its brand as well as its users in general. However, I must emphasize that the removal of the thumbnail from this video is unfounded and furthermore unsubstantiated, as upon closer and scrutinizing inspection, you will find that there is no nudity or sex portrayed and therefore no violation. I realize that a cursory inspection of the thumbnail may give the appearance of an inappropriate act or scene. However, we implore you not to act in haste and review the aforementioned thumbnail further. I am confident that you will find the scene to be nothing more than a blithe retreat of a joyous couple enjoying each other's company on an unassuming beach. And minutes ago, I received an email from YouTube that said, "Hello, Odds and Ends Gaming. We have reviewed your appeal for the following content for the thumbnail. After taking another look, we can confirm that your content does not violate our community guidelines. Thank you for your patience while we reviewed this appeal. Our goal is to make sure content doesn't violate community guidelines so that YouTube can be a safe place for all. And sometimes we make mistakes trying to get it right. We're sorry for any frustration or mistakes our mistakes caused you, and we appreciate you for letting us know." So we won a victory against YouTube today. A small one, but
the law, and we won.
Basically,
I try to get this podcast away from the big titties, and every time I try to get out, you pull me back in.
Because, did you think about the Amazon from my game I was streaming? Because I thought about that thickness. I tried not to think about it. I was like, we gotta stop talking about this because it's making me rage. I instantly see fucking red because that really pissed me off.
I'm gonna interject real quick here.
Are you all gonna talk about mind melters?
Hold on, this is what I said about that video we had this whole thing for. That fucking game was fucking ridiculous, dude. We Met in May.
Absolutely.
This shit was made, dude. That shit was made for a fucking female waifu or a female fucking anime chick or something like that. It was ridiculous, dude. The nipple play was fucking dope as hell. Dude, yeah, there was nipple play in the name. And then the dress up thing where you can do combinations, they can do a special power move which basically damages your lover. But they're like, I love it. And then what was the other mini game? It was there were
there was two of them. There was one where you're on a beach and they're supposed to bury them in sand, but basically there's chips and wine and shit around, and you just fucking start throwing shit on them. And then the other one is where you invite them into your apartment and you have shit all strewn all over your apartment. You have to decide what to hide and what to keep. You have your bra, you have a fucking waifu pillow, but it's the male version of a waifu pillow. It's just the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah. So this was obviously made by a woman. It was obviously made by a woman, and I feel like this was a dating game made for women.
Hey man,
that's the feeling I got from it.
I don't know.
Ned, just watch the video sometime, man, and you're gonna fucking shake your head at it the entire fucking time.
I'm a little concerned of what we're putting on this channel. Was that one of the ones where I bowed out where S was like, "Oh, tee hee hee, senpai"?
No, that was me. That was my game. That was
okay. Okay.
No, I think
I
you're talking
remember.
about Doki Doki Literature Club from you
No,
2
I
years ago.
remember you doing that too on the Valentine's stream, and I was like, I'm gonna get out of
Oh,
here.
that was great. That shit was fucking great, dude. And we actually had a lot of viewers that night too. Like we actually did, and that was awesome.
Yes.
It was weird.
But awesome. Good work, Esp, in regards to getting the thumbnail approved. And
Excellent.
Our first
yes.
victory.
So awesome. I know you put a lot of hard work into those thumb views as well, so cool. And definitely keep us posted, Val, regards to the Code Vein. I know you said you got it for the PS4, so I may look into that as well. I know you're playing it with Fox, so we'll see.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I just got a shit ton of other games too, so I'm not gonna tell everything yet because I can't tell you when I'm gonna play it. But I just got a
Space
whole bunch.
Engineers.
No, you got that for me, yes. But we'll worry about that another time. There's gonna be content, y'all. That's all I gotta say. And I'm super excited. Okay.
Content's coming.
Yes.
I actually bought everybody here Space Engineers with the exception of Nick because he
Oh,
can't
thank
play it
you.
yet. What? You can't play it. Once he can, I'll
No,
buy
I
it for
know.
you.
I know. I can't play it. I can't play it. My PC's trash. Always has. Always will.
For now.
I don't know about the always will part.
Mm. Have you seen the Switch? It's pretty neat.
Anywho, I think this is a good stopping point. I think, but yes, definitely thank you for those that stopped in to give us a listen or a watch. Yes, as Val said, be sure to stay tuned for much more content, whether it's recorded or live stream, as we still are doing our dual streams for Twitch as well as YouTube. I guess I'll go and see us out. I'm Obsley 2003 with the Espionage DB7.
Yeah, that's me.
Ringleader,
Hiddly ho, neighbors.
Valkyrie Grinder.
Sis at the Moses.
Yes. And Nickolas Zombie.
Goodbye, y'all.
If what you like what you watch and see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, Obsolete 2003 signing out. Everyone be sure to stay safe out there. Wash your hands 6 feet apart, all that good stuff. And don't forget to settle down.
No.
No.